Hi there, welcome back again to Houston Geogape Talks. At the outset, let me ask you please to do me a favor. Like, subscribe, and share. If you do that for me, you're doing me a great favor. And it's an inexpensive one, won't cost you too much to like, subscribe, and share. If you can only do one, my suggestion would be share. But if you can find time in your busy schedule to touch all three, I'd appreciate it. Please. Thanks. Last time we spoke about love, and I'm going to go back there a little bit before I move on to giving because I'm kind of mixing them together. Because one is an expression of the other. One does not work, period, without the other one. But we spoke about the threshing floor, Gibran did. And this is what he says. Like sheaves of corn, he's talking about love. Like sheaves of corn, he gathers you unto himself. He threshes you to make you naked. He sifts you to free you from your husk. Painful process. But it is this process that causes separation. To remove from us the things that are no longer necessary. There are some things that were necessary earlier in the process of growth. But now we're coming into the area of service. And so now we no longer need the props that we had for growth. So now we're taking them off. But because they're a part of us, it's difficult to remove them. And so love is painful. And we're talking about love's threshing floor here. All right? He threshes you to make you naked, sifts you to free you from your husk, grinds you to whiteness. He kneads you until you are pliant. And now you're flexible as dough. All right? He kneads you until you're pliant, and then he assigns you to his sacred fire, that you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. Now you're going to be exposed to serious heat. But that's a purifying thing. Heat purifies. And it cooks. It makes hard food nice and soft, easy to be consumed. That's the nature of love. And it's about if you would only, it's all these things will love do unto you, that you may know the knowledge of your heart. And in that knowledge, you become a fragment of life's heart. A lot of us don't really know ourselves until we go through certain experiences. We might have certain wishes and we might think that, oh yeah, we are like this or like that. There are people who believe they can handle the Marines and they will go in. And a lot of them will leave at boot camp. Small fraction is left. Same thing if you go into any college, take on any course. A lot of people believe they can do it and then reach halfway, they can't do it for various reasons. But we know ourselves through experience. And so we cannot be afraid of life because we won't know ourselves. We have to go out there and face it. We can't be afraid of love. And there are those who are afraid of love, you know. They're tough. And they don't want anybody to hurt them and they put up all these blockages and you will not know love. The love requires vulnerability. It cannot be hard. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be open. Huh? Like sheaves of corn, he threshes you, make you naked. Take away your covering. In real life, we expose ourselves to people we love. In different dimensions. Yeah? The physical dimension, real intimate stuff, serious exposure, inside and out. And that kind of exposure makes us vulnerable to pain. Even as love crowns you, so shall he crucify you. The extent of your vulnerability is the extent of the type of pain you can actually encounter. When there's nothing invested in it, in a relationship, there won't be much pain. You meet somebody on the street that talk very good and you like them, and you call them tomorrow, you don't get them anymore, you'll probably never get them again. It's not a big loss. You didn't invest much in it, maybe just a conversation. But love make you vulnerable. And is the pleasures a reward to your vulnerability? They work hand in hand. In other words, the more vulnerable you become, is it more rewarding the pleasure. Right? If you want to enjoy the pleasure of love, you have to go out there and give your all without reservation. If you would fear, if you'd only seek love's peace and love pleasure, then it's better for you to cover your nakedness and pass out on love's threshing floor into a seasonless world where you laugh, not all of your laughter, weep, but not all of your tears. It will not be fulfilled. We touched on that before. And to the extent that you give is the extent that you will receive. And so those of us who put up a block and try to guard ourselves, and we're not feeling like we're fulfilled, it is not anybody else's fault. It's our fault as a result of fear. And perfect love casts out fear. All right? It's the nature of love. And then there's a section that says, love gives not but itself, and takes not but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love. When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, but rather, I am in the heart of God. And think not that you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. I think we might have to go over this some other time, because this is big right here. But suffice it to say, a lot of times we fall in love we didn't plan to. We're not somebody we plan to love. The feelings that come in us, we don't plan these feelings and put them there. They're just a part of us. And when something on the outside reaches out and touches the right button, then something begins to grow. Love starts to tell you where it wants to go. That's the nature of the beast. Love is giving. And I wrote a little book years ago called Love is Doing. Basically the same thing. Yeah. When I talk about love, I have to think about giving in the process. This I did about, I don't know how many years ago I did this. Love is doing. My first effort at writing. Let's look now, try to complement this section on love with the giving portion that I just looked at. Hope I didn't lose that page. Love gives nothing but itself and takes nothing but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed. Where is giving? Bear with me for a minute. Let me go back to the contents here to see where love is. Giving is, rather. Giving, page 19. Okay. So he speaks about giving. And guess who asks about giving? A rich man. I guess he has a lot to give. Maybe the poor man would ask about receiving, I don't know. Then said a rich man, speak to us of giving. And he answered, you give but little when you give of your possession. It is when you give of yourselves that you truly give. For what are your possession but things you keep in guard for fear you may need them tomorrow? And tomorrow, what shall tomorrow bring to the overprudent dog burying bones in the trackless sand as he followed the holy pilgrim to the city? And what is fear of need but need itself? Is not your dread of thirst when your well is full, the thirst that is unquenchable? There are those who give little of the much which they have, and they give it for recognition, and their hidden desires make their gifts unwholesome. I think I'm going to stop here and take up giving later on. I'm already 9 minutes into this video. Um, when we don't give with love, we expose ourselves to a lot of limitation. But love is supposed to be the essential element behind giving, the major motivator. According to uh, Corinthians, it's even if you give your body to be burnt and you don't have love, you waste your time. Hmm? Even if you give all that you have to the poor and your body to be burned and don't have love, you're wasting your time. So the bottom line is love is supposed to be the motivator. And when love is the motivator, giving gets a lot better. But if you're not real, then real love will not be a part of you. Love makes demands on us. For God so loved that he gave, and he couldn't escape the impact or the draw, the power of love. It cost him his son. And I don't know how much you understand about the biblical things, but God put on flesh and subject himself to human pain. So that when he says he loves us based on what he did, we'll believe him because we know nobody doing that except serious love is involved. Who's going to give their lives for you? How many people you know will do that? You'll be lucky if you get a kidney. Some people do it out of love. Yeah, you'll get a kidney if you need one, and sometimes we need a piece of liver, and we do that. But usually, it's people who love you that want to do those things for you. The deeper the love is, the greater the giving will be. And we'll talk about some more giving because giving involves mercy and grace because love is involved. Because in love there's mercy and grace. You know, God gave when we didn't deserve it, when we were guilty of all kind of wrong things. There are people, kids lying in the street, sleeping there all night. If we love our neighbors as ourselves, surely we can give something to get some of these kids out of the gutters. And that is a big necessity for the survival of many that are going through a tough time. Oh man, I can't find my number. I just got it. It's of great importance to the lives that are in the gutters on the street that need help. 1 second. Here it is. If you are willing to help out with some of these kids, because that's the reason behind my YouTube videos is to seek your help. And if you want to help, make a note of this number 786 641 4410. And you can Zelle your contribution to that number. I've been giving out the email address, and I understand it's not working, unfortunately. So if you want to help out, please try this number. And I hope those of you who have looked at other videos will find this one. If you subscribe now, you'll find my other videos. And you'll be aware that this is the number to use, 786 641 4410. And help us get some kids out of the gutters. I've had people do interviews for me in Kenya. There's one with 2 11-year-old boys that were interviewed that I want to share. And there are other pictures with kids just sitting down on the street or getting ready to go to bed outside under the heavens. We can do something. If you love God and love people, we can do something. We can definitely deliver some of these children out of their calamity and put them on a trajectory for success. They themselves will become people who will pursue worthy causes, knowing from where they're coming when the future arrives. So please help us. Check the number. We'll talk some more about giving. Peace. God bless you.